You know what my first thought was when I first came across this? I really wanted it to be good. The Willoughbys stars Will Forte, Alessia Cara, and Sean Cullen as the children of the title family who feel neglected by their parents, voiced by Martin Short and Jane Krakowski, who are wrapped up in their own selfish interests. They conspire to get rid of their parents by sending them on a vacation full of hazards, dangers, and other safety concerns, but their celebration of freedom is short-lived when their parents hire a nanny, played by Maya Rudolph, to watch over them in their absence. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here and you like movies, whether it be blockbusters, hidden gems, or everything in between, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with reviews of new releases and some classics. Today, let's talk about The Willoughbys. This was released on Netflix back in April, and honestly, I wasn't sure if I was going to get around to it, but I figured I'd play a little catch up with movies I didn't get to talk about from earlier in the year. This one kind of came and went pretty quickly, being buried in Netflix's catalog not too long after it was released. But this is actually a pretty enjoyable movie. I surprisingly had a good time watching this. It's certainly not the most ambitious movie around. It's based on a children's book of the same name, and it plays things pretty safe for the most part, story-wise. Like, you can pretty much call the majority of this movie's main plot points from a mile away. The nanny wins most of the kids over, Will Forte is the one holdout, and he still actively tries getting rid of her, and she spends a lot of the movie trying to win him in particular over, and there's conflict over it, and there's infighting within the family. It's pretty by the numbers in many regards. But there are plenty of redeeming qualities here that make up for that fact. For starters, the animation is excellent. It's the same company that had a hand in making last year's The Addams Family, so if you saw that, you'll definitely find some similarities in style here. But this is a much more vibrant, colorful movie than The Addams Family. Art is fantastic, and from a visual standpoint, nothing feels dull. It's all computer generated, but they mess with the frame rate and it gives off the feel of a stop motion animated movie. If you ever saw anything from Laika, the company that made Kubo and the Two Strings and Coraline, this feels very similar to movies made by them. It's also very funny. Ricky Gervais narrates this as a stray cat, and I don't know if the role was written specifically for him or he was allowed to improvise or what, because it feels like it's just him sitting there watching the movie with us and riffing on it. It's his exact style of humor. Very dry, very sarcastic, and he just provided a lot of fun commentary. It's also very fast-paced and has a high energy about it. It's only 90 minutes and it moves pretty quickly. It relies a lot on visual gags, but it's not just cheap, generic slapstick. Some of it's fairly clever and dark to a degree. Even though it's based on a children's book, there's definitely a few gags here and there that are geared more towards adults, and you definitely even feel that way with just the premise of the kids sending their parents on this vacation with hazards that can literally kill them. But these are also not horrible, self-centered kids who think, woe is me, and we're manipulated into feeling sorry for them. They're actually very likable protagonists with distinct personalities that we're able to connect with on an emotional level right from the start and sympathize with them pretty quickly. Their desire to find someone who will truly care for them and have a stable family life is a great arc, and this touching upon the themes of having a strong family is something we can all relate to. Especially because the parents are pretty horrible to these kids. They're not well-meaning but just have a strained relationship. They are flat out the antagonists, and not for what they do, but for what they don't do. Like, they're so out of touch and so wrapped up in themselves that Will Forte is the only child they even openly acknowledge. So the kids having such an open disdain for them and trying to send them away, honestly, you can get behind this. The voice cast is all around solid. Everyone who plays the children are all very likable. Will Forte is a great lead. His sense of comedic timing is on point even when just doing voice work. And I also thought Alessia Cara and Sean Cullen were both very enjoyable. Plus, Maya Rudolph as the nanny was absolutely wonderful, as was Terry Crews, who voices the owner of a candy factory the children visit, with whom they have a close relationship. And both Martin Short and Jane Krakowski are excellent as these horrible parents. Their exaggerated, snooty delivery gave them very strong personalities and made them two people who you just enjoyed hating. They were a great way to round out a talented cast. Overall, this is a nice addition to Netflix's catalog. It hits a lot of familiar plot points, but it makes up for it with a lot of good laughs and some nice themes centered around family. It's beautifully animated and has a strong voice cast, especially from Ricky Gervais as the narrator. It's a cute, entertaining film that has something both kids and adults will enjoy. The Willoughbys gets a 7.5 out of 10. So let me know, did you see The Willoughbys or are you planning to see it, and what were your thoughts? Did you like the themes? Did you find it funny? And what's one of your favorite animated movies? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and share it, and for more movie reviews and film discussion, please make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay updated. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll catch you next time.